You think you're alone. These 5 true horror stories will make you think again. Whispers behind the wall. A man watching from your window. A reflection that moves when you don't. These aren't just stories. They really happened. And next time, it might be you. Someone was living inside my wall and watching me every night. Many for weeks I kept hearing weird sounds at night. It started with soft tapping behind my bedroom wall. I thought it was mice, or maybe the pipes. But then it turned into scratching, and then whispering, like someone breathing behind the wall, every single night. At exactly 2:33 a.m., I couldn't sleep. Even my dog would growl, always at the same spot on the wall. One night I had enough. I grabbed a flashlight and a hammer. As soon as I started breaking the wall, the noises stopped. Behind the drywall, I found a narrow crawl space. Inside were an old blanket, some empty cans, and a Polaroid photo of me sleeping. I called the police. They searched and confirmed someone had been living inside the wall, but the person was gone. They told me to seal it up. I did. But then a week later, the sounds came back, this time from the ceiling. One morning I woke up and found a new photo on my nightstand. It was me, sleeping again. But this time, I was facing the wall, and in the background, a shadow was standing over me. I moved out that day. The apartment's still empty, but neighbors say they still hear tapping at 2:33 a.m. My son is only 6 years old, but sometimes he says things he doesn't know. One day, while eating breakfast, he said, "Remember when I died in the water?" I was stunned. I asked. He looked at me like he was sure I already knew. "You weren't there, but the water was really cold. I was wearing red shoes. It was dark, and the car went down. We never told him about anyone drowning. There was never any accident. He's never even been near a lake. But when I showed him some pictures, he pointed at a photo of an old red car that had fallen into a river. And that's the place. That's the car. It was from an old news report. A child had drowned in that river 6 years ago, the same year my son was born. Now he has terrifying nightmares. He wakes up screaming, 'Get me out of the car. The water's rising. I can't breathe.' I took him to a child psychologist. They said, 'These might be memories from a past life. Some children retain memories that aren't theirs.' Now he won't go near water. And every year on his birthday, he says, 'I've already had one birthday before this.'" Story number 3. The man in my window at 3 a.m. I live on the 2nd floor, so how can someone be outside my window at 3 a.m.? But every night, my dog barked at something. Something I couldn't see. It started a few weeks ago. Every night around 3 a.m., my dog would bark at the window. At first, I ignored it. Maybe he saw a bird or a shadow. But I live on the 2nd floor. No one should be outside that window. Still every night, same time, same bark, same growl, same window. One night I finally got up. I turned off the lights and looked out through the blinds. And I swear, there was a man standing still, looking straight into my window. I couldn't see his face, just a silhouette. And then he smiled. I jumped back, ran to turn the lights on. When I looked again, he was gone. The next day I checked the window. There was a muddy footprint on the outside windowsill. It looked fresh. I told myself it was a prank. Or maybe I was imagining things. But it happened again, and again, every single night. Then one night, I had enough. I stayed up with a baseball bat. Lights off, curtains open. 3:01 a.m. There he was again. But this time, he tapped on the glass. 3 times. Tap, tap, tap. I didn't move. He didn't either. Until my dog barked louder, and the man suddenly walked away. The next morning, I found something on the window. A photo, taped from the outside. It was a photo of me, watching the window, from behind me. I moved out the same day, but sometimes, when I try to sleep, I feel like someone's still. Story number 4, I got a call from my dead sister. It happened last Thursday. I was getting ready for bed when my phone buzzed. Unknown caller, 2:12 a.m. I almost didn't answer, but something in me said I should. When I picked up, there was a short pause, then static, and then a voice. "Hi, it's me." My heart dropped. It was my sister's voice, but she died in a car accident. 2 years ago. I froze. I couldn't speak. Then she said, "Don't be scared." I just wanted to say I'm okay. The static got louder. The line crackled. And then she said one more thing. "I miss you, but don't come looking for me." Then the call ended. I stared at my phone in shock. The call history just said, "No caller ID, duration 00." The next morning I checked again. There was no call in my logs, but the weirdest part, my lock screen had changed. It showed an old picture of us, one I've never saved on this phone, and in the photo, she was smiling. But behind her, there was something in the shadows, watching us. That night I couldn't sleep. At 2:12 a.m., my phone buzzed again. Same number, same static, but this time, I didn't, and I never will. Story number 5, my reflection blinked, but I didn't. I was brushing my teeth last night. Just another boring night, standing in front of the bathroom mirror. Foam in my mouth, sleep in my eyes. I leaned forward to rinse, and that's when I saw it. My reflection blinked, but I didn't. I froze. Did I imagine that? I slowly waved my hand. The reflection did the same. I tilted my head left. So did it. Okay, maybe I was just tired. I turned away to grab a towel, but from the corner of my eye, I saw it was still looking straight ahead. It hadn't turned. And no, I whipped around to face the mirror. Now it was smiling, but I wasn't. It felt like time froze. My heartbeat echoed in my ears. I stepped closer, afraid to blink. Then, the lights flickered, and the reflection raised its hand and placed its palm against the inside of the glass. I stepped back. It mouthed something. I didn't hear anything, but I read its lips. It said, "Let me out." And no, I grabbed my phone to take a picture. But when I looked back, it was gone. Just me again, normal me. But now, I avoid the mirror at night, because sometimes I still see fingerprints from the other side. These were 5 terrifying stories, and after hearing them, sleep might not come easy. Have you ever experienced something creepy yourself? Heard a whisper? Seen a shadow? Felt something watching you? Share your story in the comments. And if this video scared you, give it a like, share, and subscribe. Because this was just the beginning. The shadows are still watching.